Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, kind. Call Amla Yahweh Bashmal Shawa Hawakakodash. And in this live lesson, gonna be, going into how only the fools, only fools of righteousness uh, will make it. Only fools for righteousness will make it. But before we get going into it, double honors to the hopefully elect elder apostles, slated to be saved. Lord willing, starting with those at the GMS Church, the Great Millstone Church. All right. And shalom to the rest that may be out here and been out here under the same doctrine. Uh, Onward to the Akim here. At this faction of this entire hopefully elect assembly that we that we have, and that's in the order of teaching, giving all diligence and all truth, faith, and sincerity. And onward to the Akim, the rest of the Akim doing likewise. Shalom, and as well to you other fellow believers and on this faith of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai of the Israelite race, a few women, children, and some men. All right. So only fools for righteousness will make it. And pretty much this came and wait, Spirit just pretty much sent that through my head, like and I meditated on it a little bit, and it's 100% true. Like you won't find anyone making it besides, those that's about doing the righteousness, and on this word. And the reality of it right now, how everything is set up, is what? Pretty much you're foolish. It's what's foolish. Salaki, this thing tripping. Okay, it's just tripping on my end. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah. So the only people that's in on this truth, doing, follow, keeping the ordinances, constantly mortifying their members, seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, striving for the truth unto death. We know those are people that's gonna make it, but it's, how can I say it? You got to be a fool to do it, as the scriptures say. So what I got queued up is a couple of scriptures to hit by the Spirit, but it was one that came to my mind through the Spirit just now. But those are the only ones that's gonna make it, man. It already said, the house, the judgment is gonna begin at the house of God. Okay, we're in. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and get that. Shalom,
Shalom.
to the rest of you. I can't hear you if you're saying something.
Shalom. Shalom. Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Shalom. Shalom.
You can hear me?
Yeah, kind.
Yeah, I can't. Saying dead. Nah. Yeah, I can't hear you. Say it's connected and everything. Let me see something real quick.
Yeah, kind. All right.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Still nothing? Still nothing?
Let me do this. Hold on. Say something.
Shalom. Shalom. Still nothing?
Try again.
Shalom. Shalom.
Let me see. I can't hear you at all. Let me see something. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Output. Yeah.
Anything?
Let's say something real quick.
Still nothing. Shalom, shalom.
Yeah, I don't know. This is spirit. Not gonna worry about it. All right. So go ahead and get to this. So you can hear me now? Yeah, Satan. They not might want me. Let me read it again. This is First Peter 4:17. Said, For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of God? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So we know that once again, that's who's going to be saved, the righteous. And obviously, we're just getting this to show that there's something we're gonna have to be saved from. But when you jump up to the previous verse 16, it says, "Yeah, if any man," I'm gonna start at 14. It says, mm, yeah, come and just start here. Verse 14. It says, "If ye be reproached for the name of a Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Father resteth upon you." It says, "On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he right, because you're gonna be looked at like a fool." But it says, "But on your part he is glorified." So that's a sign that what you in on it, you're of the righteous, because there's so many scriptures that come to mind, but we know this world is backwards. So everything that's actually right is what's deemed wrong here. These people, they hate the word, they hate the Lord, they hate the word. You know, the scriptures say, if anyone woe unto you when men speak well of you. So you want to be spoken evil of, and you're gonna be spoken evil of in a world like this when you're speaking righteous, which leads me to my main scriptures. So it says, "But let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief," right? I'm actually starting at 14 again. It says, if ye be a reproach for the name of a Mashiach, happy are ye. You're supposed to be happy, for the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. A lot of people don't recognize, because they don't know the Lord. They don't recognize the Lord when they see him, because this world hasn't been taught the Father and his will correctly. They don't know him when they see him. So it end up just looking like and coming off to them as a bunch of pissed off, crazy guys, foolish people, so-called black people that's just in a cult, include so-called Latinos and Native American Indians. One whole time, the people that the Lord is talking about has been spoke about all throughout the scriptures, which are the Hebrew Israelites, are right before your face, return, doing his will. But that's foolish, because it's like, well, what's a Hebrew Israelite? Just think about it. So to be a Hebrew Israelite is to really be a fool. You out here telling people you a Hebrew Israelite. Think of how that sounds, But it says, "But let none of you suffer as a murderer." So if when you start looking at foolish, like, oh, she, whatever, Hebrew Israelite, that's that reproach. But it's because they don't know the Lord and they hate the Lord, really, you know. But that's a good sign. But it says, but let none of you that what you being righteous, but let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as an evildoer or as a busybody in other men's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a hamashiachim, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf. Exactly. See that? And then when you read on, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of God? Because whole time you being ridiculed, mocked, said to look like a fool because you in on this word, you have returned, you have actually repented. So it's gonna look completely foolish to people. It's gonna look crazy. Like women wear pants, women don't wear dresses. Niggas get lioness. Men don't walk around with scruffy hair or whatever. That's a completely foolish thing. Imagine walking around, when linings and whatnot, shape ups or whatever were completely at they highest, in school, high school or something like that. For you older brothers, you know what I'm saying? Or even, I guess, younger. Shit done changed so much. Niggas don't even get haircuts. Niggas like women now, long hair and stuff. But imagine trying to do what we do now then. You ain't got you would have been heated. That's all niggas used to do was talk about, niggas linings. Man, look at your lining, man. So, I mean, but it still stands because those same people are still around, So it's a completely foolish thing to be out here talking about I don't get linings. Like, you like a fool. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, it says, whole time you obeying the gospel of Yahweh Shemel Shah, but it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall let me start at the top. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God, and if it first begin at us, which is why we doing this, because the Lord about to bring down judgment for those that haven't repented, and that's going against what the Lord say to do, how things are supposed to be, right? Right? And really the Lord is telling us to trend set. By you repenting, he really telling you to be a trendsetter because you own to the newest, what everybody about to be wearing, they just don't know it. So a lot of times when a new style or something is being set, it look crazy to everybody, but you willing to do it if you really know what's up. If you really got the right taste, or if you will, spiritually righteous, right? So you're gonna have to suffer looking like a fool until everybody else get it, But you doing it because you know that the current way is really the old way, and that's about to be played out, So it says, so that's why that's likened unto what we're doing. But it says, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of God, right? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, so if you're doing this, you actually righteous, and that's who's going to be saved. Those that are being fools for righteousness. See that? It says, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God, Yahweh Shemel Shah, who people ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ, commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing. See, as unto a faithful creator, because whole time we doing the right thing, we doing what's well. All right. And it goes into that in 1 Corinthians in the first chapter, how it talks about the preaching of the cross. It's foolishness. Let me read that, and I'm gonna get to my main scriptures. This is 1 Corinthians 1, and I'm gonna start at 7. I'm gonna start at 18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. Yeah, niggas that's on their way out, that's dying every day, that's completely out of there, man. They done gave up. They don't, they out of there. They through. That nigga Tupac said, it's like when a man turns 30, they take the fight out of a man, something like that. you know, and that's a lot of, you know, your peers and whatnot, man. But it says, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of the Most High Yahweh. So you talking about you got to bear the cross, you know, which is, oh man, I can't do that no more. That's against the. I can't hoop no more. I can't be a football player or anything like that anymore. Salaki, you plug this computer up. You know, is because I gotta, you know, I gotta bear my cross. They're like, man, what? What are you talking about, bro? You got it. You know, you have to put off. You probably quit a good paying job your so-called parents sent you to school to do. You know, you probably got a chance to step up in a company you just simply work for, make your bread ends meet. Everybody like you should do it, you know, but you like nah. Even if you don't tell them, it's because you because you got to bear the cross, you know, because you know that's will be simply that'll be technically entangling yourself with the affairs of this life, you know. So you like I can't. You basically in the mindset I can't get caught up with that because that's gonna take me away from this. So you ain't even got to necessarily say all that, but that's why you would say no, right? Simply why everybody telling you, man, you should take the position, man. And they simply what? They looking at it like, oh, this dude a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, or she a fool. You know, your burdens. All right. But anyway, let me move on. It says, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the scribe? Right. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not God, the Most High, the Father, made foolish the wisdom of this world? So there it is. So this world is actually foolish. So we go about coming up a completely different way, but how that come off the people is completely foolish. It's like, bro, you ain't getting no money, bro. You ain't chasing the women. You ain't building no. You just sitting. You ain't, you know. But we coming up in a whole different way. We working in a whole nother way. Well, look at you like, man, why you don't never want to work overtime? Like, nigga, I'm about to go do overtime. Let me get the fuck out of here. I don't want to do no goddamn overtime. Hey man, you could come up in this company, man. You still a little young, you blah blah blah. You know? But that's the wisdom of this world. You know? See where it's getting these niggas now. All right, but it says, for after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. See, knew not the Most High because they do what's contrary to the Most High. Because they're in the flesh, which is contrary to the spirit, which is his word, which is actually the Lord's will. It says, it pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. You know, I'm not going to save myself spending 60 hours in here. No, I don't want to get an overtime, so I'm straight. Let me go the fuck home. I'm going home. I'm straight. I quit if I have to. Look, foolishness. You mean to tell me you're going to quit a good paying job like that? Man, you need to get out there and cope, man. I don't know what's going on with you. You know? But whole time, that's a complete strategic move by you through the spirit. Because you like, well, if I don't put this away, I'm gonna get put to death, which is the only reason why I'm even here, so I can endure, so I won't, so I can endure to the end and not get put to death. All right, trying some other way or something like that. You know, So you make that strategic move by just putting. You make that strategic move by just putting it off. Cutting that member off. But so the other people's gonna come off as foolishness, but that go on and be the move you needed to make to what? Be righteous in the eyes of the Lord, which was to be a fool to the world and whoever else got an opinion, and what? Simply just be saved, man. Okay? So that's that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get I'm gonna start at 27, and I'm gonna jump to what I got. It says, verse. Yeah, I'm gonna read 25. I'm gonna read 25 through. It says, but because the foolishness. It's a lot. Goddamn thing. It says, because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men. It says, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men. Right. See that? But it's it's foolish to these people, man. But it's actually being wise, and they're gonna see in the end that this way was actually stronger than what was deemed as and came off as strength. Now, a rich nigga ain't really strong that don't know the Lord right now. He's not really rich. She popping on Instagram. She's not really popping in comparison to a female that's in on this, a woman that's in on this, that's in her order. And they gonna see at the end, because when the time come, they gonna get put to death. But it says what? For ye see your calling, brethren. How that, because Jake don't see it, the rest don't see it. They got eyes to see, but they see not. It says, for ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the right. Because you might be in a situation where it might be say you at the plant or something. News playing on the TV, depending on where you at. And everybody in there talking about it, but they just act like the way you move so weird. They act like because you don't really want to come up or do the most, search yourself to really be somebody in it, in that rat race, to the rat trap, to the cheese for the cheese that's on a rat trap, which is just death. But they act like that's off, even though they see like, yo, the world fucking ending, and they'll be sitting here having a conversation about it. That's that, and that's what Jake do. They got eyes to see, but they see not. They're like, man, most of them will never be like, man, I see what you're doing, man. Ain't no point in really being invested in this shit. I see why you just do what you got to do and make the move. Get the hell up out of here. This is the Titanic. They don't see it. They don't see it like that. They rather just keep going because it's like this what they see now. This is why the scriptures say we look not on the things that are temporal, but that are seen, but that are which are temporal, but the things that are unseen, which are forever, basically, paraphrasing. They like, nah, you end up quitting, or you end up putting off the overtime, you end up whatever, not participating in certain things they got going on or whatever. But you just trying to endure. You get what it's about. But you end up looking like the fool because they like, man, all the money here though, checks still coming out. Women still want niggas with checks. You can still take your check and ball out on the weekend and hit the club, and that's who all the women looking for. But what for you men, I ain't gotta say it all. You should think, man. But anyway, it says, for ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. See that? So you put all that off because them the niggas that don't make it. So you end up looking like a fool when you could become, because you put off all those opportunities and coming up or whatever, because you know that's what that will bring you, which aren't those that's called. You know, that's not who the Lord is. The Lord might call a man in that will have that status, and then he eventually gonna lose it if he really is wanted by the Lord. See, really, if he really a man of the Lord, possibly. But it says, but so you end up just putting that off as far as being able to obtain that, because you know that's not who the Lord is. Those men that get it according to this world are not the ones he's gonna save. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna take them opportunities, because you will become what wise according to this world. That will be being wise according to this world. Mighty, you will become noble, etc. But it says, but the God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and the Most High Yahweh Bashmi Shai have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Exactly. And base things of the world and things which are despised. See? Which are despised. Nigga with no lining. Nigga that ain't got all the Jordans. Nigga that they ain't in the club. Nigga that ain't going to lunch with everybody or something on lunch break. You know? To be liked. A nigga that ain't trying to kiss ass in a company to move up. All that. Nigga that ain't trying to, you know, run it up, take the car he got, turn it into a better car, and then get the car. You know what I'm saying? Like all that madness just to get a woman, some bullshit like that. Like it don't even make sense. Now we ain't some damn dirty ass people by any means. We're the temple of the Lord, but you gotta understand, like Paul said, he know how in all things he's instructed both to abound and to be abased. You gotta know what's doing too much. You gotta be able to suffer that which is usually what you're supposed to do in this world, to come up and look like somebody and get the things that are temporal. But you have to suffer that and look like a fool to be righteous in order for you to make it. But it says, and the base things of the world and the things which are despised have God chosen. Yeah, Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. And the things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence. But of him are ye in Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, who of Yahweh is made unto us wisdom. Right, living like Yahweh Shai, doing Yahweh Shai do. It says, and righteousness, right? And sanctification and redemption. See that? That is, according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. Because this is ultimately going to get us the glory at the end of the day. So now, I'm going to go ahead and jump to what I had. This is Romans 15:4. All right? Romans 15:4. And it reads, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. Now, actually, let me do this. Salakia. Make sure I got this right. Yeah, Khan. All right. So let me actually kick it off with this. 1 Corinthians 4:10. It says, I'm going to start at 9. For I think that Hamashiach, that the Most High Yahweh, have set forth us, the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, right? And to angels and to men. Because people don't never knew what righteousness looked like. So now that it's back on the scene, it's strange, it's foreign, it look foolish, you know? Because it's not what you're instructed to do, how you're instructed to move, to come up. So it look foolish, as it go on to say, for we are fools for Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. Exactly. You know, you don't got the top, the most you could have or whatever. You got just what you need to endure. But you're supposed to ball out. You're supposed to do, you're supposed to just, you know, be over excess. You're supposed to YOLO. So that's how we weak, but we actually strong, because the reason why we doing that is so we can be righteous and be saved. But it says, but ye are honorable, but we are despised. Exactly. You, man, bro, you ain't gonna take her, bro. She through. You like, nah, bro, she married. You know what I'm saying? And she might look like whoever the hell. You gotta be in this. Think about it, in this world, you a fool. Like, you really a fool. That's some foolish shit. It really is. You're like, nah, I got 7. You tell them about Isaiah 4:1, like, nah, 7 women in one day. He looking at you like you bugged out. And really, according to the world we living in, it is bugged out. We bugged out in righteousness. We're fools. All right, but it says, even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. Exactly. You ain't going to get a damn house mortgage or some shit like that. You just being nomadic, just trying to stay alive. You ain't invested. You ain't entangling yourself with the affairs of this life, because you'll get because that verse is used in the context of us being in war, how we soldiers. So that's telling you, if you getting caught up and having your mind taken off the focus, or taking yourself out of position to win the war, you're gonna get put to death. That could be a way you can get put to death, and not what? Be saved. So when you go to Romans 15:4, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort might have hope of the scriptures. It's like it. That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Right. So now we're gonna go back to the law, because you have to be a fool, right, for righteousness to make it. I'm the only people that's gonna make it. And we're gonna go into more in a little more depth as far as what a fool is, right? How foolish. And the Lord was saying that he was telling us that in the law. This is Exodus 23, and I'm gonna start at 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Meaning what? Don't be in the in crowd. Don't try to be what's popular. Because if it's wicked, but usually you in this world, you can win if you still follow the in crowd, the popular crowd, even though it's wicked. You still win. You deemed, as somebody getting it, Stupid. I'm gonna call you talking about we about to go rob this dude's crib. He got 200,000. They just moved out. They left the door wide open. Ain't no cars there. No one's looking. No cameras or nothing. Their house got burnt down. They moving their stuff to their next home, but they left a bunch of money outside. I just seen it. Let's go. Some shit like that. And you be like, nah, Lord gonna take care of me. That's foolish. They left a whole bag of money. The house burnt down. Neighbor ain't nobody around. No cameras or nothing. That's, according to this world, that's foolish. In a mindset outside of the scriptures, that's very foolish. Right? But it says, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. So the Lord told us, don't be politically correct. When being politically correct is not a situation like Paul supplanting, what's that? Who was that? That was that Pilate, I think. He's like, you almost convinced me to be a Jew. But politically correct, man, is not what we're supposed to be. And politically correct is how you keep people liking you. It's how you keep a job. It's how you stay employed. keeping it politically correct. Look at Nick Cannon. Look at all these niggas, man. Whoopi Goldberg. They all Hebrew Israelites. They was told not to do that. They was told to be foolish. But since they didn't want to do that, they not gonna make it. They think by doing the opposite, right? Just because, which is really them submitting to just something they see now. But the so-called white man of imagination, the Lord already said that nigga imagination. This shit ain't real. They submit to it because this my life now. I don't see the future, and they end up what submitting and being politically correct, following the in crowd, even though it's wicked as hell, and they may come up though. But even though it makes you, abomination, they just do it. They submit because it's what they can see. Instead of basically being foolish, you're gonna lose all your stardom because you want to have morals. You want to stand up for what's right. Look at all these niggas folding, man. Like beach chairs. You're not supposed to be politically correct. All right. Now you don't be a damn fool in any regards. Like Paul, it wouldn't, that's a situation, but that's a whole nother conversation. We did a class on it. This is supplanting Psalms 94, and I'm gonna start at 16. It says, I'm gonna actually start at 15. But judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. Exactly. You're supposed to judge it correctly. You ain't supposed to be politically correct. Well, we both did really share in the Holocaust, so all that nigga, we the real Holocaust. Y'all not even the real Jews. That's how you judge it. The hell with them devils, man. The hell chose your status. It says what? It says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Exactly. Lord say that's why he gave us that law. He was telling us to what? Don't be politically correct, even though it may lose you a fortune, which will be foolish. All you have to do is say, yeah, it's okay. How you feel about boys wearing dresses? D Wade, he be like, nigga think like these niggas. He in his head he think like these niggas some fucking faggots or something like that, right? And he like, next question. You supposed to be like, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. That's not right. So fucking hard about that. Yeah, be a fool. Lose your career. Lose. Edomites acting like they like you and waving at you and we love you, Dwayne. Some old ass hag in a grocery store. Lose those people. Niggas not willing to lose that. Man, I got it, but me just being like this, it keep everybody off my ass. Everybody loves me. No, they don't. People don't know what they love. Lord say these people at their wits end. So that's basically what I had. So what you gonna end up seeing now? I got two more. When you go to Galatians, the 4th chapter, tell you how the law, right? Because that's in the law, was our schoolmaster, right? To bring us unto Yahushua HaMashiach. So the Lord wrote that law, basically setting us up to be able to serve Yahushua. And we know what it takes to serve Yahushua. And why we serving Yahweh Bashmi in the first place, which is what? To be saved, to make it. But what does it take to serve Yahweh Bashmi? You got to be foolish. See that? So he was grooming us up for Yahushua through that. That's why he said, Moses spake of me. You see that? So let me just get that real quick in Galatians, the 3rd chapter and the 26th verse. Salakia 24. It says, woo. let's start at 23. But before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith which should afterwards be revealed. Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster. It was grooming us up into what it was about, into how we would actually live, like into our lot, our true lot, which is what? Being fools to make it, being fools of righteousness to make it. That's our story as Hebrew Israelites. It says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster, especially the prophets, the men teaching. It says the teachers, the apostles, the prophets, the governors, etc., the helps. It says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Hamashiach, that we might be justified by faith. See that? So that's what that was for. I mean, think about it. Like Exodus 23. I'm gonna close out after this last one. It says, "Thou and two, thou shalt not follow." I'm gonna start at 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. See, to wrest judgment. You're trying to keep everybody off your ass by not saying how something should go. So you can keep your estate, your fortune. Women won't look at you crazy. Men won't look at you crazy. Whoever won't look at you crazy. Which you would think off a little matter like that, you saying, I don't think men should wear dresses. They simply ask you something like that. Like, and you just simply being like, nah, you would think like, damn, that is like foolish to just be like, nah, like basically lose your whole so-called fortune. But the Lord said that's what it takes to serve him. He that finds his life shall lose it. If any man come unto me, let him deny himself. But you would look at that foolish like, damn, I'm gonna lose everything off just being like, nah. Yeah, that's very foolish. It really is. In this world, you work so hard. They showed that we're in a world of no faith. It's all about what you see. You gonna lose, nigga. You ain't supposed to be here, nigga. LeBron say that shit all the time. Man, I'm just a kid from Akron, Ohio. I ain't supposed to even be here, man. So these niggas, they rest judgment. But guess what? They ain't gonna make it because they won't be fools for righteousness. But they'll be fools the whole time. You still a damn fool. Oh, ye simple ones. You really the fool. Joke on you. All right. So you should see it. That's all. That was schooling us up to be able to deal with Yahushua. See that? See? So, yeah, man. Let me see. I have one more. Yeah, I got one more. This is Matthew 28. And I'm going to start at 18. And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Right. See that? It was to bring us to the one who really got power, the one that can really put you on. The scriptures say how promotion don't come from the west nor from the east, but it comes from the Heavenly Father, basically paraphrasing Psalms the 77th chapter. All right. And it says, go ye therefore. He said, go ye therefore, right? And Yahweh gave all that power to his son, Yahushua, who's our big brother. It says, go ye therefore and teach all nations. Let me read this. This is Psalm 75 and 6. It says, let me start at 4. It says, I said unto the fools, I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly. And to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High, the Father, is the judge. Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. He put it down one and set it up another. See that? So they the fools, man. But people only see Esau handing out judgment. People only see Esau taking the gavel and banging it. He like, man, this who got But see, that's why you're supposed to read the scriptures. That's why you got to read. See, you ain't gonna make it like that because you've been duped. You're not listening to the minute the Lord set up. You're not listening. That nigga is an imagination. We don't look at the things that seem, man. But you got to be a fool to take the risk on that. Like, yeah, you worship a power you can't so-called see. But if you pay attention, don't nobody else really run nothing. Don't nobody run nothing really. They ain't even know really. Don't nobody run anything, man. Why they can't bring nobody back from the dead? The Lord can. That's actually in his record book. He's done it. And he gave that power to his son, his only begotten son. So it will behoove you to be a fool and believe in that. Because the only ones that believe in that will make it, are going to keep themselves in good standing with him that's really running everything to make it and be delivered. Once the Lord proved to everybody, he's really in charge. Completely. See that? So Matthew 28 and 18, it says, man, let me start at 17. And when they saw him, they worshiped him, but some doubted. See that? And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. You know what's so hard to believe about that? Because the Romans was kicking our ass. All these other nations, we was in subjugation. Look how Yahushua was looking in comparison to them. Yahushua actually grew up amongst us. So you got to be foolish to dare to go to go with this man. But he clearly got to have more power than him because he's doing stuff that the so-called white man ain't never did. He ain't walking on water. He ain't turning water into wine. He ain't taking, he ain't duplicating food. He not doing that. He not telling people what they ever did and go. He not doing that. See that? But it do take some risk you about to go up against a whole setup, established, if you will, power structure. The Romans. With one man, sound a little foolish. Who's of the people that's under subjugation, paying like everybody else, but he like, look, I'm telling you, look what I'm doing. Man, you gotta be a fool. Gotta be a fool to serve Yahweh Shema. But it says, and he said, and Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. He like, whole time they set up, I'm really in charge. Look, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them. And then what's heavy about it, people knew this. Our people knew this. People know that like majority of people really know that so-called humans not really in charge. They know it's a higher power than so-called men. Look how they go out. Billionaires jumping off buildings, getting in car accidents. Niggas can't even hold themselves together. But that's why, and that was seen amongst our people. Yahushua came, the Jews, they said, if thou be the Hamashiach, tell us plainly. He said, I told you, you believe me not. He said, my works, the works, look what I'm doing. They just couldn't believe it though. You know? So basically it was looking like, yeah, I know the world gonna end. Yeah, I really should like stop investing in this, but they weren't foolish enough for righteousness. They couldn't be fools for righteousness. They was fools in the wrong way. So closing out, this is verse 19. Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Amen. So it was a point when he was here and he was telling us he wasn't going to be with us anymore. But he was supposed to come back after the so-called white man going further with his power structure. So now you forced to believe in somebody that's not even physically here no more. That's very foolish. But he said it. I am with you always, even until the end of the world. He said that 2,000 years ago. The world still ain't ended. So it take a fool to stay and a fool to walk with him to begin with. You see? So that's basically it, man. But them the only ones that's gonna make it, man. See that? Those that's willing to do it. You know? I'm gonna read this. This St. John 11 or Slakia 12 and 47. If any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not, for I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. He that rejected me and receiveth not my words have one that judges him. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last day. You're gonna see. And it's clear, Niggas is watching these days get shorter, they watching them in. So this man clearly was right, man. It's like ain't about to be no more days left. But how many is willing to like bet with him right now? Not many. They gonna try to come last minute. You niggas see it ending. You see it. See that? So that's basically the point, man. You know, you only the fools for righteousness is gonna make it, man. You know, so the Lord had that law written to school us up to be able to worship, to be able to walk with Yahushua to be saved, to be a fool for Yahushua to be saved. You see what I'm saying? From, you know, you men as prophets, you know, Lord willing, we the prophets, you teachers, whatever, man, apostles, because everybody ain't prophets. Helps you sisters that got husbands. Like it's a real foolish thing. You gonna submit. You can go get girl. You know we run the world. That's a foolish thing. You can go run the, you know, to stay with state to be righteous. You know, but that's clearly the only ones that's gonna make it. And the Lord's given us ample opportunity to see that. He's just taking out people that really don't even matter day by day. As an example, like you show you wanna, you see? You men that can really run it up, but ain't be in the club, you can be doing all this, but yeah, you 10 toes down in your house. It's foolish. You can go do anything, but you locked in on this. You know how many opportunities you passing up on? Very foolish. Women may want you. You can probably go get women, pursue women or something like that, but you don't. Foolish. But that's what it takes. See that? You can try to build a fucking kingdom now. Foolish, but you don't. Foolish. You got the money to do it, but you don't. Foolish. Foolish. Complete foolish. But them the only ones that's gonna make it because they doing it for the sake of the Lord. And we seeing it. So with that, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakodash. Lord willing, you've been edified. It's a beautiful. I'm gonna close out here. This is Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahshai must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. Exactly. The Lord is not unfaithful to forget our labor of love. You know. So no matter it ain't, you know, scoring no points in the playoffs right now is not got everybody oohing for you in the crowd or whatever the hell it may be. You know, it ain't dropping the panties. It ain't doing none of that. You know, it's not, you know, but it's really end of the world right now, and it takes faith. You got to be a fool to really believe that. But you see it. We speak, shit happen. So call them like Howard Bashmiel Shai, Howard Kakodash. The next time, Shalom.